Journal Record Editor Ted Streuli joins us to discuss stories making headlines in business this week. Ted, Governor Fallin has appointed a new Secretary of Energy and Environment, but some energy experts are complaining about what they believe is his lack of experience.
Well, she appointed Colonel Michael Teague, who has been running the Tulsa district for the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. So the unusual thing is that he's not from the energy industry, but he certainly has a great deal of management experience with large organizations, and he knows a lot of the issues that both energy and environmental concerns face here in the state.
Community bankers are joining an effort to eliminate a particular tax exemption held by large credit unions. What's going on there?
Well, Roger Beveridge from the Oklahoma Bankers Association told us that community bankers here in our state are joining with community banks around the country, asking the president to take a look at the income tax status for large credit unions. They think the credit unions have a real unfair advantage in that particular area.
The Department of Justice will soon get a letter from Oklahoma County Commissioners explaining why the county jail still isn't meeting standards. What kind of fallout could we see from all of this?
Well, they're going to have to do something. There was a mandate from DOJ about 5 years ago that they addressed some 60 concerns where they were out of compliance. They've done most of those, but the few that are remaining are very expensive capital projects. So at least one commissioner, Ray Vaughn, and some of the other county leaders would like to see a temporary half-cent sales tax to build a brand new, better designed jail. This one's now 22 years old. And then they'd like an ongoing quarter-cent sales tax to fund the operations. Altogether, it cost about $280 million to build what they're proposing. There is one other option on the table, but either way, they're going to have to do something pretty quickly because they're out of time.
A Las Vegas-based airline will soon be returning to the Oklahoma City market. Tell us about that.
Well, this is Allegiant Airlines. They did fly out of Will Rogers in Oklahoma City to Las Vegas for a brief time 6 or 7 years ago. They're now restarting flights from Oklahoma City. They'll be flying direct to Orlando, so an easy hop to visit Disney World.
Competition is heating up over an oil and gas trade show.
There's been a locally produced oil and gas trade show at the fairgrounds in Oklahoma City for the last 17 years. A company that does something similar in Texas has now started one just 2 weeks after the local show at the Cox Convention Center using a similar name and similar website. The locals are upset about the competition.
What are you working on for next week?
On Monday, we have a big story about fencing and how the national governing body for fencing has run into trouble trying to find places to hold their major tournaments and house all their athletes.
All right, we'll be watching for that in the Journal Record. Ted Streuli, editor of the Journal Record, thank you.
My pleasure.